I finally got this thing to go live. I guess there was an issue with the previous one I scheduled and it didn't work. So, hi, I'm finally here. Um, Welcome to the weekly review live stream. Ollie's going to be a bit late and I am trying to get my stuff together. Woo. So, yeah. Oh, today is a weird day already. So, today a week there we go. I can do this. A weekly review. It's been a minute. A weekly review is that time when we take some time out of our normal work lives and take a look at the what of what we're doing. Looking at our calendars, looking at our task list. Does this represent what I actually want to be doing? What I think I actually could be doing? That type of thing. Does this list reflect my current and real life? Do things need to be delayed, postponed? Had a frank conversation with ourselves about canceling entirely. What things do we need to do like that? Given that I woke up sick, I don't know if I have intentions except to sort of follow the plan. I'm going to need to look over the calendar. I need to, yes, definitely take a look at my projects, some of the particularly active ones, and a project list that I made when I was feeling really overwhelmed this last week. So looking over those and making sure that I'm on track, I guess. So, yeah. That's my weekly review plan. Oh, this is a little high up. I've got, yeah, as I said, sick brain. So not my best. I'm gonna get started the best I can, I think. I first need to find the live stream. By the way, first time I tried to do this, I realized it was private. Not the best way to do a live stream is keeping it so nobody knows where it is. I go to this one. Yay. Okay. Think I finally got it. I swear I know what I'm doing. And because I didn't click this button in my automation earlier, it's going to be a second before it's like, hey, for reals, let's go start this thing. And I don't feel like setting it up manually. So I'm not going to. What I am going to do is open up that previous projects list that I wrote and take a look at it. Oh, there we are. There's the automation. Oh yeah, and this window's all the time. I'm not a fan. Wait. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, I hope you can hear me now. Zoom or my computer or somebody freaked out and was not gonna be nice about things. But I think I have audio working again. think, of course, there's no one else on here to test it. Oh, right. This is my timer that I need to move forward. I'm functional. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I guess I will review the calendar first. That's a good thing for me to do, right? Why did my music go away? There was music playing. Okay, that's better. I don't always need music, but when I'm on here live streaming and there's nobody else here, it's like, oh, I need a sound. It's too sad otherwise. Oh. Okay. This appointment for today probably needs a travel time alert. Why it isn't on there, I don't know. Okay. There's one thing I use BusyCal primarily on my computer. There's one thing I'm not a very big fan of, which is there's a feature on my phone native calendar that will like auto fill out the other details for you if it recognizes it. And I want everything to do that because I don't remember the details I want to include. Uh, well, what did I call it last time? Now I'm not seeing it. Oh, oh, that's the for real start timer. I should probably turn it to vibrate so I might actually hear it. Oh, I guess it is. I still didn't hear it. Okay, so something related to that thing I just scheduled for this week. Um, hey, I did that. Go me. Okay. And okay, so the next thing I need to do is I'm still writing on my list of. I'm going back and forth between my calendar and like updating this list of stuff to do. Um, oops. Oh, I did that. Yay. Okay. Okay. Why is the appointment I put on my phone not showing up? Did I do it for the wrong day? No, my computer's just taking its sweet time syncing. That cute little guy banging on my door. Okay. What I should probably do and don't want to do very much is schedule a PT appointment. Health. Okay, Tuesday, Thursday. Okay. I can hear my toddler singing in the next room, and it's really cute. Mm. Okay. Back to my calendar. Mm. Let me see if I can finish this week out and then move on to the next one. Yeah, I know. I just need to accept in 600 places that I've agreed to this appointment. Um, okay. Um, question to myself. A little task I forgot about. And then put a little message on for this. Um, okay. Um, all right. I will highlight my thing. I'm mostly done this week. We're going to look at next week. It's not a lot to do in one segment, but I've also been reviewing some active projects. So I guess that's something. All right. I'm going to head off to break and I will be right back. Oh, that was longer than I thought it was. Whoops. Apologies. Hey, I missed this. I have 365 tabs open on my phone Safari browser. I will now work to close 100 while cooking compote. Yay! That's a great declaration. I probably need more food soon. It's been an hour. Not quite. More than an hour. Yeah, maybe 2. Yeah, it's probably about time to eat. Looking at next week. Mom, you are not going to watch a webinar on the state of AI while you're on vacation. Anyway. Okay. Woo, cold. Where did I put my gloves? I don't know. 341. Nice. I haven't been using my bicycle.
Hello.
Welcome, Ollie.
Thank you.
Do you have intentions to set for your weekly review?
Absolutely, I do. Let me make sure that my AirPods are connecting. There we go. Yes, my intentions are to continue to migrate my project data. I started that, I think, yesterday, something like that. And yeah, that is, I am moving them, as you know, moving them into a paradigm which allows me to more quickly and easily shelve or pause a project. Yeah, I know, right? So that, yeah, it's better.
That is awesome. Why am I suddenly in a... Oh, right.
Oh. What were your intentions slash R slash how is that going?
Going through the checklist because my brain is fried.
Yeah. That is what checklists are for, my friends.
Yup. I've been looking over my project list as I've been going through my calendar.
Yeah. You are definitely getting sick, by the way. You sound much, much different than the last time we spoke.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Hi. Apple Intelligence. Let's have a chat.
Are you talking to me about Apple Intelligence? Or
no.
This
is an aside. I'm having an aside to Apple Intelligence.
Okay.
When you merge two messages from two different clients into a summary and only put one of their names on it. It is
Ooh.
incredibly misleading.
Oh dear. Oh,
Thanks.
Apple
Bye.
Intelligence. Apple Intelligence. No, no.
Steg Zorgizat, Lopty neck.
You said it.
Lopty neck.
Very curious as to the context of that you've heard it enough to commit it to memory.
Jedi Yoga. Eric
Ah.
sang it.
But
Because he was saying that was his favorite band. Speaking of bands, my favorite band. Yeah. Because we're talking about yoga bands. Anyway. Yeah. That's how. Okay. Quick 2-minute action detour to add a birthday. Please remind me later. I don't want your new version. And I definitely don't have it as memorized as Eric because I didn't sing it.
mm-hmm.
Lofty neck, lofty neck. Okay, back to my weekly review. uh, um, Sue's has a bunch of open tabs that they are closing while cooking compote.
Oh, compote is the best. Nice. I approve everything in this message.
And I've already made some progress. I don't actually know if they're still on or not, but uh the newsletter I've been working on for a couple of months that I actually plan to put out next week is about omit tabs. Oh, 310. Yay. That's a lot.
Nice.
You're like halfway to your goal or more. Anyway.
Ollie is eating food they didn't cook. The lovely
Big
people at
on that.
Costco cooked it for me.
Hey, whatever.
Mm-hmm. There's this phenomena in cosplay where um you can purchase an accessory or a prop or something for $35, or you can spend 3 months and $250 and make it yourself. Costco rotisserie chickens fall into this category. I can buy a chicken at the like farmers market for 35, 40, sometimes more, and spend all the time to cook it myself and then have it. Or I can spend $8 at Costco and
Yeah.
have it already made. We really should name that principle something, but
Okay.
cosplay is not a science, so we don't have scientific naming conventions. It's very
You're making
difficult
the
to figure.
scientific community sound a lot more organized than they actually are.
That's fair, but what I meant is you have Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. You name shit after people. Is all I meant.
Yeah, in the fields I was in, we don't do that much anymore.
That's fair.
I mean, like, we'll talk about Bronfenbrenner forever, even though that was a zillion years ago. But is anybody new get stuff named after them? Not usually.
True. It's the opposite in magic because Fireball. Who invented Fireball? Who knows? But Tensor's floating disk. It was Tensor, but that was more recent. Having a calm, rational discussion about naming conventions in academia, in fiction, in fact, and in fiction.
Yeah. Okay, I need to set a reminder. I just realized that I'm not really sure what days the daycare is closed
That's
this
very important.
spring season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Susan appreciating our discussion.
I'm glad.
I wonder if it was the scientific naming one. Anyway, because I can never tell because there's a little bit of a delay.
Mm-hmm. It probably was. If memory serves, and if I know correct, if I'm interpreting correctly, who Suze is, whimsy is high on their list of life enhancing qualities.
Yay! People who are, I think, drawn to us have a decent amount of whimsy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. If you have a low whimsy tolerance, you will bounce off Ollie and Brittany pretty fast.
Okay. I'm updating our agenda.
I beg your pardon?
I know. It's because I want to add something, but then I saw client login issue or member login issue, but that's not an issue anymore. They are now in the guild officially and properly.
Hey. Issues being resolved. Yes. I knew this was going to happen. I was like, yeah, I'll just eat lunch while I'm. No, that doesn't happen.
Okay. Okay, this is a reasonable thing to do right now. Not in 40 seconds, but uh mostly what I discovered is my weeks are packed. Yikes. But I did discover that why on earth do we have a pediatrician appointment on the day that Jack's supposed to be in daycare? Because that sounds
That
like a good use of that money.
mm,
And the answer is because it's easier for me to go on that day of the week, but we want to change it.
mhm. Yep. Okay. Migrating
Um,
project data, like monarch butterflies. Anything that can be likened to monarch butterflies probably should be, in my opinion.
okay. Um, it was really cute when I went out on my break. Jack wanted me to read this book, and so we were looking at it, and it had
You're
like
looking at the book? Oh, that's weird.
it, but it was like naming things, like it's teaching words or like whatever. But now he can
Mm-hmm.
name those things and say them out loud for the first time since we last read this book.
Heck yeah.
And so we were looking at animals, and one was a bunny. I was like, "Do you remember when we were at the bunnies?" Because we went to first a petting zoo and then an actual zoo, like 2 days in a row,
Right.
or 2 days apart. Anyway, when we were visiting my sister,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, "Do you remember when we saw the bunnies and we fed the goats?" And he went hand flat.
Hand flat. Yes.
Like, yeah,
Yep.
hand flat. He's like, feed donkeys. But the
Donkeys are
donkeys was
pretty
hard to hear.
great. My
So
mom loves donkeys.
I wasn't sure that that's what he was saying at first, but then I
Mm-hmm.
realized that he was saying donkeys. I was like, yeah. So he's saying duckies maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
um so at the very least my thing did that. Okay, so Rutro. Um hey, so starting January 29th, our collab time is in here an hour later on Thursdays.
Sorry, say again.
Starting January 29th, our Thursday collab time is showing up an hour later.
It definitely is.
And I have
I can
nothing on my calendar for that Thursday for on the 29th. Is that one of your days off?
okay, so it this is related to the conversation I had with you over text. It
Yeah.
previously was, and I went to fix it and bork. Like, okay, so for example, I'm seeing this week double everything. I'm seeing double from half past and double from the hour on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm actually seeing only double one on one. Oh, it's Skill Education Hour. Never mind, that works. But then the next week, it's double as well. And then the week after that, two of them are doubled. I don't know what to do, Brittany. I thought I deleted everything and started fresh for everything, and it is royally borked.
Okay,
Would
but
you
you're
like to
still
try?
off on the 29th.
I no, as yeah. Sorry, I tried to keep to for text. I'm not having any time off at the end of the week month.
Okay,
We
well,
had that scheduled in, but
I deleted
it
it from my calendar, so now I have a client there.
oh, that's not ideal.
Yeah.
ADHD tax live and in person, folks.
Some of this is technology tax.
No, because I meant to go and correct those data, that data for a while. I meant to correct it since
Oh,
I decided
yeah.
to have my time off, which I decided prior to Christmas. If I
Then
had
yes,
corrected it
that's
then,
ADHD tax because she
you
only
wouldn't have.
scheduled on
Yeah.
like Monday of this week.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
ADHD tax.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I realized yesterday afternoon that we didn't do a calendar review in our meeting yesterday. It's like, oh, it was Monday. We didn't do a calendar review.
Oh,
Oops.
stink. That's not wonderful.
That's okay. We haven't recently been burned by that or anything. I'm not seeing all of the doubles.
That
I see
is highly
one double.
unfortunate.
Oh, I only see a Wednesday double, and it's at a time that wasn't the time I thought we were meeting.
Yes, no, I forgot about the yeah, we're starting on the hour
Okay.
of which is 11
Okay.
11
So
a.m. Pacific.
I will delete the half past ones
Great.
entirely. Okay.
Yes.
And then I will do a force sync because apparently this app likes to take its sweet time to sync to the server. By the way, due
Yeah.
to my own faults, I have ended up with tomorrow 4 coaching sessions, a consult, collab, and journeyman.
Whoa, that's an Ollie day. Not
That
an
is,
Ollie day, not where you get to relax. No, that's an Ollie day of pain.
yeah, that's what my tomorrow looks like.
Yeah, I am so sorry. It's a good thing you're not getting sick. Oh, wait. I'm gonna go get more lunch and be right back.
Okay. What I actually got in here to look at was, oh, it's my break time. I screwed that one up pretty bad because I was going to go when they got here. Whoops. Oh, 268. Yay. Look at you. I'm really on further out than next week, but it's still reviewing calendar. Because what? Oh, yeah, we almost got hosed real bad again. Apparently, this is an important thing I need to do right now. Okay. Um, my breaks are going to be a little bit off because I need to finish this task. Okay. So the 19th. Oof. I'm really glad I looked ahead. Oh, I don't need an hour, but I do need a half hour. And time to write other things down that I'm noticing. Let me see. Oh.
I have returned.
Nice.
And I'm remembering to take the supplements that I take with food.
That was my ADHD brag this morning.
Yep.
I just had an idea of like, oh, could I shove this summary data at an LLM and get a proposal out of it? And then I was like, you know what I should do is write the same prompt and put it to
In
multiple
multiple.
LLMs.
That's what you do.
You know,
That's what you do. I'm so bummed I don't have access to Apple Intelligence. Like literally, my phone
it's
is the
not an
very, very
LLM
last
that you
model.
just shove stuff in though,
Oh,
unless you're
that's
using
fair.
you can do it with shortcuts, but it's there's not a nice way to put this, inferior.
I mean, when
And
it
by that I
comes
mean
to
I've never
tech,
actually tried it because all I hear about is how inferior it is.
crowd
But you
follower.
can access it through shortcuts, I guess, directly, but mostly it's intended for developers to apply to their apps
Oh, fair. Fair. That makes you feel
at this
less
point, or like
bummed.
certain features that they've put into the operating system.
Right.
And the only real accessible way to access it is shortcuts.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
That was really redundant phrasing. Okay, I think I fixed our calendars. If I had additional days off for you, I put the Wednesday in.
Okay.
Because this Wednesday I didn't, or next that one Wednesday I didn't have it.
Kidding me?
Um,
Perfume is a blight upon this universe. A taint, a stain on my, honestly, not my favorite reality ever, but still an unholy abomination unto Nuggin and everyone else.
I'm wondering if I should plan to do my talk in next month's uh ADHD education time.
I will eat Herbamare. Then
You did
I
not eat
guess that's
me.
the only option I have. Sorry, what? Hi.
I'm wondering if I should do practice my talk in next month's education time
That sounds like an eminently reasonable suggestion.
because I'm giving it the following week. I will add that to our agenda. Look at this.
The system is working.
Ish. We're catching stuff, which is part of the system.
Yes.
Oh, we did that already. I'm getting rid of our discuss possible other meeting times. Tomorrow's not a fair test of it, but I still have the flight for the conference that I wish I were going to in my calendar for tomorrow. Because I couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. Okay. I think I somehow overrode or never saved my password information for this website. And I must have. How did I log in? Anyway, I accidentally created a new account. So that's nice and confusing.
Thank goodness for that. It's a little bit like being trans. Whoops, I accidentally created a new account, and so that's confusing.
Huh?
Like the new identity that you're coming out as is your new account, but
Ah,
you had an old account most people knew you under. And so if you're like, oh no, actually my username is X, they're like, wait, I thought your username was Y. Especially if you haven't seen them in a while and your profile picture is totally changed. It's a whole thing.
okay. Um, that was a technology error. Um, so there's a thing on your phone where you can use your email to verify an account, like two-factor or whatever, and it will automatically delete the email afterwards. That is a great system, except this one time where it didn't fill in the code, but it did delete the email.
Oh God. Yeah. Reminds me of that time that somebody uploaded an update to software, and basically the entire it wasn't even in finance, uploaded an update to software in, I believe, an internet service provider concept, and the entirety of the finances of 80% of Canada were halted for 3 business days. This was, I think, early 2025 or late 2024, something around that space, which doesn't sound real. You could look it up. It happened. It was a thing. It was crazy because the internet service provider was related to our version of Venmo, which tons and tons of people use, and that same service is responsible for all debit card transactions, all of
Ah,
them, regardless of bank. So the finances of Canada were essentially halted because, and people who had other whatever things like the 20% couldn't do anything because of the 80% who could, like, even if they could, like, one hand is not talking to the other. So that
wow.
was crazy. I wouldn't be that person for all of the money that company lost over
Yeah.
those 3 days. And man, I don't know what the stocks are like now, but this was more than 2 years. It doesn't matter. We were with that internet service provider, and then the other ones, of course, dove in like vultures. We within a week of that happening, a competitor was at our door with a really good deal. We've been with them ever since.
Hmm?
Yeah, it was quite the thing. It was like, man, that person's soul is forfeit. I personally, I wouldn't blame them. Like, mistakes happen, even catastrophic mistakes. I don't think people should be punished based on the fallout of their mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. We should all have patience. But I know corporate viciousness, and wow, I hope that person is okay.
I need to go off for a break. I did get an email newsletter from a product I returned in the return window years ago.
Years ago.
Uh-huh.
What?
Whoa!
Oh,
Two stands of 124 tabs open. Woohoo!
that is awesome. Congrats.
Oh, I should have gone from newest to oldest. I don't know. Sometimes I like going with oldest because there's so many fewer that are
Yeah,
usable,
it can
but
be a lot easier to sort of
Like this is
determine.
so
Yeah.
obviously not a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah. Okay. I am gonna go to break, even though it's way weird off on the time. But I'm overdue.
Mm.
I'll be right back.
Bye.
I'm awake.
Okay, I'll disregard the rumors.
I came back just in time for pirate Star Wars movie music.
Uh, okay. It's interesting how Star Wars has become basically its own genre, which means you have corporate Star Wars, and you have adventure Star Wars, and you have romantic Star Wars, and you have whatever the fuck Clone Wars is. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing on stream. I mean, listen, I have affection for Clone Wars. I'm enjoying it, but it's kind of in a category by itself.
I mean, yeah, but that was what I was hoping for was like, okay, if we're gonna do a bunch of TV shows, it should be this is this is the setting that they're in, and you should see all different types of things. My main request is if Jedi are really scarce, they shouldn't be in most of the shows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Being beholden to the previously established lore is a pain.
Yes, but
I mean, only if you actually do that. Clearly, it's not that much of a pain.
Oh no, the oldest tabs were a time machine of interests, hopes, and dreams that survived other purges. Whereas newer ones were holiday season, transactional, or silly stuff. Okay, I totally get that. May I suggest a someday maybe list?
Yes. I highly recommend a someday maybe list. I happen to know that I believe if this person is who I think they are, that there is some new task management software that is being explored. So yes, I would like to suggest that as well. Yep.
Apologies, I'm at my every 2 hours I need to eat, and we're 2 to 3 hours, and I'm definitely there. Need bookmarks and notes for a lot of them, so I won't forget. I can find them again when needed. Okay, that's fair. I did not mean for this to end up at shameless plugs, but whatever. Okay, I'm not on next week. What am I on? What am I doing now? Oops. I did this. I scheduled my PT. Okay, I think what I need to do is update these important things I need to do in my actual task manager and make sure they're all up to date. I know this is a crazy concept.
It's a pretty insane concept.
I know. Oh, there's one 2-minute action I want to do because oh, you were asking about GTD sins you've committed recently, and I didn't have a funny one. I just had a big one. But actually, here's a small, funny-ish one. Is I couldn't bring myself to admit that I wasn't going to this conference I wanted to go to, that the flight would be tomorrow. So it's been in my calendar, which means I don't have clients scheduled Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Because I wasn't available before. I did just look at the flights, and they went up by $100 instead. I was like, well, maybe if they went down, I would be like, well, okay, I'll go. And you might be like, well, what about your hotel room? Well, I have a friend that I could just room with. So it's I originally was like, I'm not going to go to that conference because I won't be able to focus on the talks, which is true because I can't take Adderall right now. But then I was like, but I get to have conversations with people that are too busy to have conversations at the other ADHD conference. Yeah. And so then I was like, FOMO, and that's why I couldn't get rid of it.
Oh, that sucks.
So I was like, maybe if the flight had dropped. But the problem is also my parents are gone and my mother-in-law is sick. Like, has been trying to shake pneumonia for multiple weeks without success and multiple different antibiotics.
Sucks.
And so my husband would not have any extra help with the child other than the daycare.
See, grandparents having lives and getting sick is just really, really, really inconsiderate. Like, they know.
And my parents will stop traveling when they're too sick to do anything. So it's not like there's going to be this in between time where they're like available.
Yeah, no, your parents need to realize that when their kids have kids, in the vicinity of them, that they just are on call all the time. Like,
yeah, they're not going to do
obviously.
That. But also, like, who in their mid-70s travels at this pace? Like,
Rex Smith is who.
Yeah, that's who.
I technically shouldn't have said that on stream either, but I mean,
I did.
I remember the time that I found your mom's email because I know like 2 details about you. That one time when you were really late for a meeting, we didn't know each other very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, your mom didn't take me as a creepy, like, stalker, but only a concerned friend. I assume? I hope?
I didn't remember if you'd actually messaged her or just like, I was going to do it if I didn't hear from you.
I don't remember either.
I think maybe it was like, this was just in case I needed to.
Yes.
Then I woke up because I overslept.
I actually did. Yeah.
Which,
really? Oh, yeah.
When I explained my no-show policy to people, I'm like, so 90% of the time the person's still asleep?
Yep. Yep.
So if it ever happens to you, don't feel like it's just you. But also, This is my policy.
Yep. Policies are the business version of good fences make good neighbors.
Anyways, if anyone was wanting to schedule coaching, I got Thursday afternoon open as the version of that. I'm like, I was like, I should fill it, but I'm also realizing that the likelihood that my mother-in-law will be up for watching my child that day is not high. So probably when I'm done with our collab meeting, I'll be on child duty for the second half of the day.
Yep. We do what we gotta do.
And I'll also be recovering from Wednesday.
The
problem is that I don't have time to go for a hike, which would be fine if I could wake up early and exercise, but that has not been a thing for a few months.
Hey, Brittany, did you know that exercise can be really helpful for sleep?
I've heard this.
Yep. Today I went, okay, so I got up and I hadn't showered in maybe 1.5, 2 days, something like that, which is very unusual for me. Heads up, I am not judging anyone. This is just, I'm normally a once every 24 hours like clockwork person, and recently it's not been that, so it was unusual. And I was like, okay, it's about 4:15 a.m. I would really like to do my physical therapy and shower. Both of these things are not happening before my sleep window closes over my head again. So I decided on shower. And then when I woke up again, it was, you can do PT or cardio. Well, I mean, cardio with gentle quotation marks around it. And so I elected to do that. I've been telling people how my knees are getting worse, and they're like, "We need to do PT." I'm like, Thank you for that. It's like the no, Karen. I'm not just going to drink your green smoothie and not be depressed anymore. It's like, I never thought that. Oh, thank you. And I know that these people are, it's facetious among other things, but yeah, it's like, I know. I know. We cry to keep from crying.
I just got a text. I have a weird Apple question for you when you have a sec.
To your aunt?
No, friend.
Oh, I thought everybody in your friend group knew that you do not do text message IT.
This somebody doesn't ask very often. It's
Mm.
Caitlin.
Ah. Okay, so if I ask less often, IT texting becomes a thing. Got it.
No. I think the point was she wanted to make sure I could make a call.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. Because sometimes it is way more efficient, even just less like annoying and whatever. Brain
Yeah.
taxing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's somebody who like hasn't asked enough to know that that's the policy.
Sure.
But
Fair.
also like what?
Yeah. I will help you. I will help you on my terms so my brain does not melt at my ears. Very reasonable.
Okay.
Yes.
I was about to write something, so I didn't forget. It was in red, so it was like a thing I really need to take care of soon. I wrote the word do, and then we started talking.
Oh no, do not tell me. Oh gods. Oh.
Come back or it won't.
Yeah. I'm starting to get really like smooth and proficient at the stage manager window manipulation concept. I'm really, really proud of myself. Wow.
Oh, guess what?
Guess
Apparently, my
what?
editor
Hello.
updated his operating system, and to share Final Cut Pro files, usually you need to be on the same operating system.
Okay, Ollie confused because it sounded like now you both are on it and then you complained. I'm
Oh
lost.
no! On my Mac, I don't have intentions to update. There are
Oh
not rave reviews for the current operating
no.
system on
Okay.
Mac.
Oh dear. That is a problem.
For some people, it's not a significant downgrade, but nobody's like, I am so glad I updated. I'll put it to you this way: Kelly has to use the newest version on her work computer, which reinforced her decision to not update her personal computer at all.
Right. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's like, Are you sure we can't share? And I was like, No, that's just been every operating system before now. So I don't know why it'd be different.
I I love words. I love art. I love stories. I love concepts that are not things you can explore with your hands in the mundane architecture of your reality. That was apropos of nothing.
Okay.
Just for the record, you don't have to try and follow it. It was not to be followed. It was just Ollie.
Okay. I just realized I need to text somebody.
What is Ollie doing? Improving the formatting visual of a document which is going to be archived in about 20 minutes. I'm not procrastinating, you're procrastinating. I amuse me. Okay. I
Oh,
do enjoy this. I really enjoy this process of the transferring the project data. It really is working for me. It's very soothing. I really wish that I could use something else for use this time for something else, but this is the next step in everything because I need to get GTD back in the swing. Sorry, yes, you were gonna say.
No, we're from.
I would kill for a pickle right now. Like I would kill. I would not, in fact, kill for a pickle. Pickles are just casual acquaintances, not friends. I only kill for friends.
I feel like not that I had previously, but my availability to kill for friends has dropped significantly since I have other responsibilities I need to stay out of jail for.
Yeah. I think I've just become much more reckless in the past 8 months.
My shocked face, behold it.
I love it when we do words like that. Oh, happy flappy hands.
You like how the sun's coming through right in the middle of my face, so I look like some Star Trek almost human, but we have to change something a little bit. Face.
Yeah. Looking at you, Bajorans. Listen, I love the Bajoran people. Not the way Gul Dukat does, but we're not going there. I mean, I just did, but moving on.
That was a salacious Star Trek joke.
That was, and also really not safe for anyone. Anyway, even if it was just not okay. Yeah, but you know,
okay, we had a good comment from Suze.
Yes.
Agreed. Policy is fair and necessary. It's still learning for your clients. Policy compassion is best used for actual emergencies, in my honest opinion. Or humble. I never know which if the H is supposed to be humble or
I'm
honest.
pretty sure it's humble, but I have taken to say, in my entirely objective and correct opinion, with the hand gesture.
That sounds like you.
Always, yes. At least it's the last 12 months me. Definitely not me previously to that.
No.
Yeah.
And yes, I got a chance to exercise policy compassion just yesterday.
Same. I had a client on Monday who had a terrible migraine.
We had an emergency room visit.
Woof.
Yeah, not good. Like, I'm like, when is the appropriate time to check back in with this person? Because I want to know how they are doing, but also don't want to feel like an obligation.
This is, Oh, it looks so beautiful. Brittany, looks so beautiful. You know what's great?
What?
So I am making these basically little cards that just have all the project data. And one thing that I am doing is I am marking them as a top priority. This is not because the card it's reference. It can't possibly be top priority, but it allows it to be at the top of any given data set with that tag. So, but because stick with me, my story gets better. Susan better recognize that reference. Because I'm using a format, which, by the way, Suze, if you are who I think you are, given the wording of that recent comment, I think you are. Todoist, if you put an asterisk, then a space at the beginning of the task title, it makes it uncheck-offable. It removes the check-off thing and makes it a Sulu. And then I'm making that the thing. But the way that you differentiate just quick visual, whether something is priority otherwise, is the gray circle of check off button is now red or blue or whatever. So even though top priority is red, I don't want to see red, and I don't have to because that card is marked, or that task is marked as uncheck offable. If you followed that, great. If you didn't, totally don't mind. Meaning either Suzanne or Brittany.
Yeah, I stopped because it was nitty gritties out of a test system I don't use.
Fair. The TLDR, Ollie doesn't have to see red.
I'm happy when you don't have to see red.
Yep. I mean, in the sense of either of that, but in the case of, because you're the one who taught me about red and the human brain, right?
Mhm.
So, oh God, it's above and below. When you're starting to get into
Oh, by the
projects that have
way,
been around a year. Hello,
I had a
yes, what?
positive response to my email asking for help.
Of course you did. Oh, I actually had a thought on that just like less than an hour ago, which is I derive great benefit and joy from helping people. Why is it that I'm the only one allowed to feel that joy? Mm.
What do you mean? Lots of people feel that.
That's
Oh,
what I
that.
mean. When you
Well,
don't ask for
this
help,
was the one
you
where I was
deny other
like
people the opportunity.
concerned about my professionalism being questioned.
Oh no, for sure. I'm not, and the specifics, absolutely,
Yeah.
just whatever. But like overall, this thought occurred to me. Why am I the only one allowed to feel the joy of helping? And that's a
No,
very
for
similar
sure.
to the one that you have said, which is like remember that it benefits other people. And this is sort of
By the
the
way,
yeah.
sorry, this was not related to what you're
Yes.
saying at all. Is
Mm.
your inbox up to date? Because I think that's what it said before.
Let me finish with that, and then I will update it because almost certainly you are correct. Let me work our system here.
Okay.
That is not a sentence I'm going to say on stream, but that is hilarious and also disturbing. My favorite kind.
Okay, so I'm gonna maybe put this in as a possible day to
Woof. There you go. That's the number. It's not 300. This is Sparta. Or rather, it's not Sparta. Although presumably there are more than 300 people who live in Sparta.
oh, this task I just realized has been going off every Tuesday, and I have no idea if it will be a real thing for the next 6 months.
Ooh. Yep.
Oh, if we move the pediatrician appointment, offer to move client to that time.
Food I didn't cook is amazing.
What?
Food I didn't cook is
Oh, that's what
amazing.
I thought you said, but it took me like a few iterations of it.
That's cool. That's fine. Don't mind.
Okay. Okay, I did this.
Oh, it's all uniform and
Um,
pretty. Ah. Oh yeah. Oh when you get into a project that you desperately, desperately want to be a thing, and it's just not going to be a thing, and it increasingly becomes less of a thing, you cry. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because, wait, is there not a text block for that? Oh, okay.
There's not a text block for anything. Oh, another ACO thing I thought of.
It's like falling in love. Computer volume down.
Okay. All right. And then maybe I could do some other recordings then. Okay. I was gonna put stuff in my OmniFocus and check up on that, but then I kept seeing other things I needed to do. I'm way off of my break schedule. I should probably take a break. It's just old Sue, is what they said, which was my guess also. But my guess was less informed than yours.
Okay, that's because I know someone who Sue's is the first syllable of name, and I know somebody else who Sue is the complete name. So
Right.
I'm still
I was
confused.
thinking of those people also, right? I know both of
Yes,
them.
whoever you are, text me because I'm confused. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, but you can maintain your mysterious anonymity.
Yeah, but when Suzanne joins, they have a different name on.
That's fair.
And I can see that
Okay.
when you can't.
Yes.
Which is why I was thinking Sue. Okay. And then I just texted somebody. I don't know. Is it too hard to engage if you just say, "How are you doing?" when you haven't talked in like 2 months? Is that too
It
big of
depends
a
on the
question?
person. It depends on the
Yeah.
person, really. Like, unfortunately, yeah. Okay, I just remembered something I have to write down before you.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do when I get back, but I think I need to reset. I'm going to update my projects lists. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
See ya.
Or a few. Anyway.
Falling in love. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Um, Contemplating, please the Lord, but you know you care for music, do you? As with many people who find themselves in a position of reconsidering their gender presentation, I have considered going on hormone replacement therapy. I have basically come to the conclusion that that is not the right path for me. But, well, yeah, no, pretty much. And if I did consider it again, which I've no, I like, I, if I've learned anything in the past 12 months, it's that there's no such thing as never or always. Seriously, like things that you assume can be altered, at least in my life. So I hesitate to, that's a lot of tasks. I hesitate to make declamatory, sweeping statements about I will never go on it. It just really doesn't seem likely. So the single outcome of HRT that I would desire would be a deeper voice, lower voice register. When I was very sick in middle of to end of December, I, as often with many people, my voice dipped in register. And what I did was I kept stretching that. I kept staying in that lower register. And so it feels a little bit like I've gotten that single thing that I actually kind of want without having to ever engage with hormone replacement therapy. I can almost sing the, oh, what's his name? Yeah, Rufus Wainwright version of Hallelujah. I don't know if it's in a different key than Leonard Cohen. Who cannot sing, by the way. All due respect, Leonard Cohen, brilliant songwriter. I'm not convinced he sings, actually. But no offense, but it doesn't, yeah. It's sing speaking, which is fine. It's a vibe, Bob Dylan and so forth. But anyway, the point is, Rufus Wainwright does sing that song. It's a great song, and I can almost hit that lowest note at the end of the chorus. Almost. I basically bottom out, but it's getting closer. It's very good. So the more I sing, the more I sing, the more I sing. Can sing. That's how that works. Yeah, see, just take a half tone off. Gone above all I ever learned from love this song. One of my favorite uses of this song, not the Rufus Wainwright version, was in Watchmen. Absolutely love that film. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, chef's kiss. Very, very good. Loved. And so the use of this song in that film, loved. Even though during the funeral they had it raining. Pathetic fallacy. But it's a classic. It's a classic for a reason, but it was still a little obvious, I felt. A lot of the cinematography of that film, really good. DOP on point. Very good. Writing, good. Not like mind-blowing. I don't remember the dialogue that much. The plot obviously came from a comic book, so I don't necessarily credit the script writers for that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't tend to get the people, and they could be dead for all I know. Some people, some some they did change them. Anyway, the point is that Ollie can't stay on point, but I don't really need to because I'm not really doing anything important with my talking. As I say, this is more or less a mindless task, which is why I would prefer to use this time for something else. But this is currently the bottleneck. This is currently what I got to do in order to progress to everything else, starting with the GTD overhaul. So, and oh my God, it's just very satisfying. It makes my brain so happy. Like, because you will appreciate this too. So I have the following information: the title of the project, what area of my life it's in, when I started it, and then sort of a description of if slippers for children, right? That doesn't need a description. I'm making slippers for children. If it's in my sewing area of life. that's clear. But like, you know, new toys into menu rotation. Um, After I clear enough space in X closet to put the box pile in the entrance to my office, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, the project. So that used to be stored in Google Keep. Now it's being moved to a card that sits at the very top of each project that is in Todoist, which means that I can just scoop that off onto a metaphorical project shelf on a whim without having to worry, which will mean that I am so much more able to do so, and that will mean that I don't have projects that are currently not a priority cluttering me up. Because I do have a policy mostly of, well, if it's in your brain, capture it as a project. You know, like the worst that can happen is that the worst that can happen is that you then have to shelve it later. But it was becoming a problem because shelving it took me, I never timed it, but it was more than 2 or 3 minutes. It was like 5 minutes around there, I think, every time. And that, you know, if you have to shelve, you know, 5 projects, that's 25 minutes of a thing of just managing, and which sucks. So let's not do that. So now it's gonna be I would say not seconds in the colloquial sense of that, but like 30 seconds probably to create that concept. I want to see the other side. I really should look into more Sleep Token. I have heard one or two of the songs, and I really should look into more. Okay. And now. Oh, the algorithm, which I will return to. I think that happened recently to me, and by recently I mean for the past 10 months or so, is I found myself as I've been doing a bunch of, you know, work on myself, I have found that there's, oh, I really need to do X. And X is usually a system because that's how Ollie do. And so I work hammer and tongs at this new system for approximately 2 months. And then a combination of, you know, just burnout in the sort of light sense. Grouping, none. Burnout in the light sense. Like sort of like, you know, ADHD steam loss on whatever endeavor. And discovering a new phase of the work I'm doing means that I like, okay, you know, yeah, I am gonna finish that, but I realized actually what I need to do is Y. And then I work hammer and tongs on Y for about 2 months. I've done this 5 or 6 times in the past 10 to 12 months. And I've left behind me, quote unquote, a trail of unfinished project systems that all of them still do need to be a thing in existence, in enactment. I am needing to access them, but they're not done yet. But it is true that each time I have refined and understood things better to the point where it is appropriate for me to have transitioned to whatever thing that was next.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you see the
conclusion, chat? I did not.
Okay. Well, Sue said, I enjoy your singing. I want HRT so badly. Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes.
I have multiple clients who have recently started it and it was life-changing. So for what it's worth,
Yep.
And then they said, this is so helpful. And I love that. Probably about your rambling.
Indeed. Thank you.
Okay.
I do not remember what I said that was possibly helpful, but I'm glad. I remember something that I said that I hoped was helpful in general, but yes, I do not recall specifics. Oh yeah, the project card thing. Yeah, yeah. Yep. In theory, I would love to have a whole heck of a lot more of of data on each project, but that is basically my cutoff for efficiency, the 80-20 principle. It's like, yeah, um I could have more data than this stored, but the management of that, adding it and so forth, I think I've hit the sweet spot of the cutoff point of efficacy. Uh,
You know what's not very helpful? Listing a travel time in seconds. Like, it's not that precise, my travel time to this location,
it's really
that you can say
not.
2 seconds.
Um,
Oh,
um,
burnout.
feels like a
Light burns still really hot / annoy.
yeah. I was talking about like getting into the middle of a project and losing steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a story that Sue has not
Mm-hmm.
heard of this song that's about to play that I'll almost certainly sing some of. I was at Ren Fair with my dear friends, and there was this trinket exchange program. And I hadn't brought any trinkets to trade, so I just kept stealing them and not returning any, which was a very goblin moment for Ollie. But in fairness, I was badly sleep deprived. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so at one point, I feel like you've heard this story. I don't know. At one point, I was caught. I was caught. One of the vendors said, "Are you going to put a trinket in? Are you going to actually trade, or are you just going to steal?" And I said, I kind of like acted like a rabbit in front of us, like, it was funny. And I absolutely, I was going to push it. I'd absolutely, if somebody was like, "No, you can't do that," I've been like, fine. But the the trinket thief, which sounds like a children's book. Um, so anyway, so this took place. And the person, I didn't really even say anything. I didn't really respond when they said that. I was just making facial expressions. And they're like, "Okay, how about this? All right. If you sing me a song, then you can take one, and the song is your trade." I was like, awesome. That sounds perfect. I love it's very fey. It's a very fey deal
Mm-hmm.
kind of concept.
A
And
forfeit.
so yeah, so I got the distinct impression, and I could be wrong, that that the person was half expecting me to be like, "Oh, I can't do that." There's a lot of people who just don't prefer to sing in public. Totally get that, or at all. This person calculated incorrectly. This person had no way of knowing that whom they had stumbled upon here was in fact an Ollie. And thus it was that I broke out into, and I was very, very proud of the pitch that I achieved for Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera. I think I sang a chorus and a verse. I can't remember. Very good. I didn't crack my voice. Nothing happened. It was all good. I even fell to my knees at the end. It had this very dramatic, posture and body language. At the end, people applauded, and the vendor was like, "Take three, take four, like go." That was amazing. That was fantastic. It was so much fun. It was possibly my favorite, like, non interpersonal memory of 2025. It was fantastic, and I mean, yes, Ollie is always going to go big or go home.
Yeah.
And my friend who was with me in the stall at that time, who is definitely not that, at least not unprompted. That person, I believe, was in theater. I forget. Definitely can be extra in their own right in different contexts, just not that kind of context. Kind of sidled away from me.
Oh.
It was quite funny, but he's very good at that. He's like, he's very stealthy. So I don't think anyone knew that we were sort of shopping as a unit. But it was very funny to be like, yes, I am going to peacock right now, and my friend, who is not a peacock, is going to shuffle away awkwardly. It was quite not really awkward, but yeah. Yes, everything about that amused the heck out of me.
I love it. Do you know what I'm doing right now?
What are you doing right now?
I had some research that I wanted to read for my talk. And so I'm finding the links to it because ChatGPT helped me find my literature. And so I'm finding the links to it so that and putting them into the OmniFocus note so that I can find them easily.
Oh, most excellent. Most excellent. So pretty, but you
although I think it might also be useful to find the actual articles. Maybe I should find the ones I put in. No, that's a crazy idea.
I mean, you could try. See, Google, that's how it's done. The Gmail app doesn't have tab between entry fields. And that is a crime beyond any crime. That is the worst crime that's ever been committed on planet Earth. I am being facetious. No one at me in the comments, please. I am being sarcastic.
I would like to create a new folder. How do I create a new folder? Does this app still support folders?
This and other questions will never be answered.
Oh, you can set up your personal voice to have it read things in your voice. Why would I ever want that?
That doesn't seem. Listen, my father was in telecommunications for a long time. His like the bane of his existence was trying to force people to do their outgoing messages because nobody wants to hear their own voice. Why would any developer in their right mind ever create that feature? That seems folly. I'm very fond of the word folly. I've been using it more. It seems to have this sort of gentle, whimsical, like judgment, but it's clear that you're not being sincere. You're not genuinely putting somebody down. You're just like, yeah. I like the balance that it strikes. I like to start. I'm not really going to do this. I like to start a petition for at the end of the Hunger Games videos, movies, I should say, videos. Wow. That Katniss is the one up and playing with the toddler, and Peeta is the one sitting around with the baby. I would like that. Also, even though I am absolutely a Gale fan in almost any context you'd like to say, she picked right. Peeta, 100%. Like, Peeta is the Sam Gamgee. Well, the Sam almost any, but the Sam of the Hunger Games fandom, 110%. Greatest of all time, Faye.
So, Eric and I have not entirely dropped the idea of possibly having a Star Wars name for an offspring.
Yes.
There's so many bad names you would never, ever, ever use.
Correct. Correct. Like C3PO. A client of mine sent me a Reddit link to a subreddit which is all about dear gods, why about baby names. And it was somebody who had phonetically spelled, like, you know how, like Ashley can be Leigh.
Mhm.
I might have got that spelling wrong, but yeah, it was like it had that in it somewhere. It was like this massively long name that when you pronounce it, it was C3PO, which apparently is now someone's legal name. Anyway, proceed.
That hurts my head.
Same.
That does sound like a tragedy.
Yes, exactly. That's the subreddit.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Did you have a point,
Um,
or are you just gonna let me ramble forever?
I mean, I didn't actually tell you to start, but no, just there's a lot of really bad names that don't apply. Like there's a character from Andor named Kino Loy. You can't be named Kino. That is a gambling thing here in this
Oh,
galaxy.
in this galaxy. I actually know it's not a double A, but I know someone named Maz. Self-chosen name, but still. I don't think it's a Star Wars thing because it's not double A, but yeah. Also love
Well, and
Maz.
like we
Maz is
liked the name. I mean, I like the name Kira
Mhm.
from Solo, but the spelling is not nice in this galaxy and includes an
Yes.
apostrophe. But
Yes. Yeah, for
it's not really
sure.
the character if you spell it with a K and no. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes, for sure. Because it has to be considerate of future existence.
Yeah.
Yes. Plus, I don't know. Honestly, for me, it's not just I mean, the spelling is a thing, but for me and like us in this house, it was not just that, but it was the connotation, right? Like we seriously considered Tony. But the reason we would name Tony was Tony Stark, and I'm not the best role model of all time.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Because like nothing wrong with that character in that film, but she felt like and here we slap a woman on like a stamp. That was the feeling of that character. I did not feel that movie needed that. Now, was it the driving engine of that, and our romance is a lot easier to write for? Yes, I recognize that. Listen, you will not catch Ollie ever disparaging the concept of a romance plot line. Like, no, seriously. That is not a thing. But it still really, really, really felt like we slapped a woman on here because apparently that's what we do now. I did not like that. That did not feel good.
Yeah. um you know what's not helpful? A title with a dash like, oh, this is a list of things I'm gonna do, and then nothing in the list.
Oh, that is.
Okay, so there's the other citations. I'm going down the weeds a little bit.
Mm.
um
You want me.
There's this company that keeps going around buying apps from indie developers and making them less good. And I'm not a fan.
Was that the one who killed 3030?
No.
Oh, gods.
Apple is the one.
Oh, right.
And by that I mean they hired the only developer on it.
Right. Yes. Who appears to have been subsumed into the secret Apple bunker that no one's supposed to know about.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what happens. People go work for Apple.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, right. We need to plan a party.
I know, right? Like I literally wrote a thing the other day which said people might expect you to host a birthday party, including people from the school. I was like, it's going to be a thing that they expect, possibly. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it because they expect it, but I have to be aware that the expectation is there so that I can plan accordingly. Like whatever I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adele. First of all, I don't know much about Adele, but she strikes me as a cool person. Oh, people, humans, countrymen, lend me your ears, and a couple of toes. I think I may have come dangerously close to, potentially, possibly have transferred all of my project data that currently exists. There's a couple dozen projects that are not processed yet, but that is not what I was focusing on. I was focusing on transferring the project data that currently exists. Damn, that was exhausting. I kind of hate that, but here we are. Okay.
Okay. I'm all over the place. Okay.
Yep.
I got this one done. I'm marking this project as reviewed.
Yay!
Why is my mouse looking little? Okay. Why does this voice say bad guy on it?
I could not tell you.
No, you couldn't. Okay. I've updated that one. I should update this one. Maybe I'm just gonna go with a reminder for this one.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. The animation didn't change for unmuting.
Mm. Yeah, when animations do weird things, it really throws me.
Oh,
Okay,
Sue
so
said,
that's
I can
gonna
picture
be...
the moment. Thank you for sharing, but I don't remember what moment that was because I hadn't looked in a while.
Oh, the singing probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That was a good one.
Yep.
Okay.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, that works. Huzzah.
So I think if I were going to list like target things to happen this week, the main thing is the newsletter, the Next podcast outline. Now that we've approved all the elements, I feel like, oh, and now I need to have all the episodes up right now. And so I just want to do that. Or not all the episodes, but like at least scheduled or whatever. But it turns out that I have to do a lot of work for that. There's like work between here and there.
Indeed.
Okay.
There's a change in you that I have heard. This is such an underrated Gaga song. Seriously, it's underrated in the sense that I don't think anyone knows it. Like when I sang it at karaoke on Halloween, which it's such a Halloween song, there's one person who was listening to me and was super into it. And I feel like this is what happens. There's these sort of niche things that people get super into. It's like two people, but I really appreciated that person, man. They were vibing and I was vibing. It was a moment. It was great. Fantastic. What's wrong now?
Years ago, my booking system was bought by Squarespace. Now they've finally merged their logins and they're separate accounts. So I can't be logged into both my booking system and my website at the same time.
Oh, Brittany, that is just, and here's the thing, you are not the only person in that position too. This is pretty much inexcusable. You know what? Because like when you're an edge case, like I'm an edge case frequently. I get that. That's something I can just deal with. You are not by a mile the only person having this problem. That is just
I'm so mad. Like,
yes. This song, which by the way, it's The Beast by Lady Gaga, reminds me a lot of season 1 of Wednesday.
Okay. Is it in multiple seasons now, I take it?
Yes. Whoa. I just got added to a text thread which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in it, not including me.
No, I don't want to find resources. There's not going to be an article on my specific issue.
Okay. So,
yeah, I was like, oh, this is kind of a 2-minute action. I could go in and change my website right now. Guess what? I can't.
yeah. No, yeah. Oh, and they just look so pretty. The project cards just look absolutely stunning and so even and Hi. I'm having a moment of absolute joy.
I'm so happy for you. They were like, oh, like they detected the word acuity. Acuity is this program. You should go over there for help with that account. And I was like, bite me. Either support should be able to help with this issue.
Mm-hmm. And I miss you.
Hi, mouse. Are you somewhere? Today it keeps doing this thing where the arrow's invisible.
Mm,
Like it'll
mm,
highlight
mm.
things, but it's not actually. Oh, that's not what it's doing right now, though.
Yeah.
What it's doing right now is connecting to my iPad.
Like you do. Copy paste across devices makes me so happy. One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two,
You're gonna make me
three,
write
four,
this
five,
again?
six. Oh,
I just
Brittany.
told you what the problem is, and now I can't see it to copy it. May contain no more than 256 characters.
Wow, they can really, really bite you and or me.
My mouse isn't working. I mean, it's moving. I just can't see it.
I'm
Oh
so
my
sorry.
gosh. If I could get my mouse back to my computer, I could turn off this feature that shares my mouse with my iPad, but I can't see anywhere that it will let me go back to the other device.
I'm going to tell myself, yes, this seems like needlessly fiddly, and it is not. You, Ollie, function in a certain way. You are set up for success when you have certain things in certain ways. Other people don't need to do this. Other people might not understand why you need to do this. That does not mean you don't need it. Yes, there is a point after which you will have gone beyond and it is no longer useful because there is even people who require things a certain way can still futz with them until they die. But but that does not mean that no futzing is preferable. This is a reminder to Ollie. And I have a client in 15 minutes, just a heads up. I am going to go take a bio break now and hopefully be back before then. Almost certainly. Yeah. I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, you can bite me so hard. I lowered it to below 256 characters, and now it says must contain no more than 128. Screw you so hard. I'm so angry with them. Okay. I was like, oh, I could totally just fix that really quickly. Me. No, I don't want you to be this. I guess log out. It's the wrong website. Oh, no, that is the right website. This other one got messed up. Oh, I probably should have some vitamins. Mm. See, this is why I need this to not happen. Oh, okay. I can't do this right now. Because what I need to do is move back and forth between my Acuity and my Squarespace accounts, which means not logging in and out of them. Okay. So then thank you, Sue. Um, yeah, I just sent it as an email because I knew I wasn't going to be on here long enough to do a chat support. So, since we're both getting ready to head out. Um, that's a side note I want to capture.
It is.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, you're cutting out way bad. What?
What? Am I? Hi, I'm
Not
here. Is
anymore.
that okay? Cool. All right. So we have reviewed a week, or at least we have engaged in a weekly review. I am going to archive that note. Ha ha!
What? You're
Yeah.
archiving a note?
I archived a note which used to have the project data, and now it does not because it's all migrated. And I set up little breadcrumbs for myself of like, hey, remember that these projects you want to add, it's not all in this list. You also have tags which are unprocessed, so they're not in the right place. I have set those up so that they're very, very easy. I've done all the groundwork for making everything else easier to engage with. And typically the client I'm about to meet with likes to do a lot of body doubling. So I might be able to keep rolling on this. So
okay.
I'm stoked. I got exactly what I wanted to do done and a tiny bit more. When does that ever happen?
Yeah, I can't say that. There's some things I wanted to clarify, but I did clarify everything that I'm likely to get done this week, even though it means there's still open loops in my head for the following week. And my child with a crazy internal clock is knocking on the door now.
That's pretty the thing. Well, I'm very glad. Thank you very much for holding the space as always, especially when I'm late. I very much appreciate it. And everybody out there, especially Sue, thanks for being
Yeah,
with us.
thanks for joining, and we'll see you here next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.